Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mike, we are live and we got a juicy one today. Um, we are going to review Chris Kresser's last podcast, and it was titled Top Three Nutrients for Fighting Inflammation and Autoimmunity. And it's a great listen. And we're going to do a 10-minute or so review, and then highly encourage you guys to sign up for his Revolution Health Radio podcast and listen to this one particularly. Mike?
Absolutely. I sent that over to you. Okay, it was June 27th was the podcast. Uh, Chris I'm certified in his functional medicine program, and he is one of the smartest guys on the planet. So when he came out with this, I thought this was something both Dr. Noah and I could share with you guys, and it's just a great podcast, a lot of information.
Yeah, the amount of information in 50 minutes is astounding. Almost unbelievable.
So go ahead and take it away for us, Noah. There's a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
in here.
All right. So
Yeah.
so the three, let's just start off with listing the three. The three nutrients that he talks about in this podcast is EPA or DHA, or EPA and DHA, curcumin, and black seed oil. And of course,
Yes.
maybe the most familiar is EPA or DHA, which is essentially the omega-3s found in fish oil.
Absolutely. And more to that is um, to get the amount that is going to be really effective. You're going to want to take number one a quality brand, but you need to take what is it like 1,000
Uh,
IUs
he
of
he
yeah
he recommends he recommends 2 to 3 grams a day.
2 to 3 grams, so
Yeah.
2,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day.
Yeah, and that's typically when you buy a fish oil um, pill. It's usually two of the big pills, or it's usually about at least a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of fish oil. And it seems like a lot. It's not really that much. The pills are a little bit big, but it's that important. And I was astounded when he started going through. And we all know this. We've all talked about this in separate podcasts, but how important it is for arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, how it can help decrease triglycerides, how it can really help with people that suffer from depression, and the list of benefits just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I mean it even goes into like lupus and diabetes and blood sugar, insulin control. There was and the other thing that he brought up was the cognitive benefits of it as well. So it was amazing. And then when he looked at, are there any studies that combine, we'll go through them individually, but is there any studies that combine these? So go ahead, and what's the next one on the list?
Yeah, next one would be curcumin, which is the active component of turmeric. Turmeric is that Indian spice that everybody is familiar with, but the main ingredient in there, or the main active ingredient, is curcumin, and it's in the ginger family, and it's another one of those extremely potent anti-inflammatories that have been around and used traditionally for millennia.
I mean, they've even had studies on comparing curcumin to ibuprofen for patients with osteoarthritis in the knee, and it came out actually more effective than ibuprofen, which is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. The big thing always, and we know this because we have a curcumin or turmeric product in our office, is the absorbability and the usability, and it's hard. Um, if you just take the spice, you use very little of that active component. So there's been, ways through science. There have been a ton of ways to make um, turmeric or curcumin more bioavailable. And that's really the key. If you're going to spend your money on curcumin or turmeric, make sure it's a form that's readily usable by your body.
Yeah, the one that we have, what is that, Moravia?
No, I think ours is BCM 95. I think,
Yes. Sorry.
which might be Marie. You might be right. I don't know. Sometimes the name has the same two names,
Yeah.
but that's the one we have.
And usually what they'll do with the cheaper, with the cheaper ones, they won't even put anything that will act synergistically, but they'll, a little better brand would use purpurine, pepperine, which is pepper. That does increase absorbability, but it also leads to intestinal distress in a lot of folks. The one that we have is shelf stable, and it increases it. I forget the number off the top. My 70% more absorbable. It's pretty high.
Yep, and the benefits are just like fish oil, like you said, Mike. Inflammation, pain, swelling, cognitive benefits, improves memory, has positive effects in diabetes. It's really a tremendous supplement. The
Absolutely.
the final one, and something that I have never used yet, and I have planned to use it starting in the fall, and I'll explain why in a minute. But it really became more popular because it showed to have great benefit during the COVID pandemic. And that would be black seed oil, which I believe is the seed of the cumin plant. I believe it's the extract of the cumin seed, I believe. And black seed oil just does just about everything from anti-inflammatory to antifungal to antibacterial to anti anything you could possibly think of. It's really truly amazing.
I've been using black seed oil. I had a little old guy who came in, from the Middle East, and he was the one who said I should really investigate that. That was probably 2 years ago, and I started using it 2 years ago. I can't tell you that I've noticed anything, but I can tell you you really have to find a reputable brand for the black cumin seed oil or black seed oil, and you really want to stick to an organic product at that. And I have used basically uh, 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day for the last 2 years.
It appears that just like any oil, you want it to be full spectrum. You want it to be cold pressed. The most common way to use it isn't an essential oil like we're talking about. For me, the thing that interested me the most about black seed was twofold. One, it has some research on recovery, and I'm always interested in recovery for me and all the athletes we take care of. And also as an antihistamine for allergies, because I suffer from seasonal allergies like many people out there, and apparently it's helpful. So in late August, early September, I'm going to start taking it to see if I have a better fall allergy season using it. That really interested me quite a bit.
And so what the if you take each of these individually, they're pretty remarkable nutrients to have in your toolbox for using. The really interesting thing is when Chris said, is there any studies out there that show when you combine these? There's not a lot of that in the research with the combination of different nutrients, but there were a couple, and the results were remarkable.
Yeah, they really were. He shares some case studies on people that he've used these products on, and I'm pretty sure, Chris just released a line of supplements that I haven't tried any yet, but I'm certain they are fantastic. But his newest one combines these three supplements into one pill, and that's pretty cool. If you're looking for a great supplement, or you're suffering from chronic inflammation or an autoimmune disease, this would be one of the first products that I would look at to help, alleviate some of the issues.
Yeah, the one study which is really interesting was combining curcumin and black seed oil in their combination on bone turnover markers and their safety in postmenopausal women with primary osteoporosis and osteopenia. It was a triple blind randomized control trial, and the results were remarkable.
So what that study is saying is that those two in combination help with bone loss and bone density, basically.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's another one, there's two more I want to hit. Clinical efficiency of the co-administration of turmeric and black seed in metabolic syndrome. And the last one was combination of omega-3 fatty acids and curcumin, interleukin 6 gene expression and high sensitivity, C reactive protein, serum levels, what a mouthful, patients with migraine. So basically, the results were extraordinary in terms of helping people with migraines.
So bottom line is, highly recommend you guys listen because there's 52 minutes or so of chock full information on these three. Last thing I have to say, Mike, we have an exciting, longer form interview tomorrow, 6:15 to 6:45. Same platform. We're going to be interviewing our friend Adam Bremen from Taste Can Do and Chris Bars. Really inspirational guy. These have been great 30-minute interviews, and I expect this one to be just as good or better than any of the ones we've ever done.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
See you guys tomorrow night, 6:15.
Bye, guys.